First of all, always good to play at home in the NCAA tournament, and you put yourselves in a position to do that. What are your thoughts when you saw the draw up there against Wright State?
Well, in today's world, there are no easy draws in the NCAA volleyball tournament. Not that there ever were, but there were easier ones. I think the draw we got is fair. We'll look at Wright State and be well prepared for them as if we're playing another Big Ten opponent. That's what we do. We get ready to play who's on the schedule, and when that one's over, we'll move on. But I think it's a workable, manageable schedule. If our team comes out and plays like they're capable of playing and has the attitude and the right looks on their faces, we'll be able to advance in this tournament.
How important was it to end with momentum, winning that match against Indiana on Saturday, going into the tournament?
Well, it's hard to say, Sam, because I've had some teams that maybe didn't finish great and yet had good runs in the tournament. You're going to play great teams in the Big Ten. I mean, going on the road and losing at Wisconsin and going on the road and losing at Minnesota, you can play well and still lose to those teams. And I thought in this case we didn't play real well against Wisconsin, but we did play a good match against Minnesota. We made progress. We're doing some different things now than what we were doing before. Dior Charles and Lindsay Miller and Bianca Lulich, our three middle hitters, are all playing at a very high level right now, and we didn't have that early on. Our middles were just kind of more blocking middles than they were attacking middles. Now we're getting more from them. The one strength of this team is we don't have a weakness. We may not have the giant killer, that a lot of teams might have. We've just got a lot of really good players, and we'll have to continue to play well as a team.
I know this might be a question that's answered Friday night, but how rewarding has this been based on what happened and what people thought of this team when your roster was kind of decimated for a minute?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the team. It's all about what your players can do. We don't have a volleyball team here if it's not for the student athletes. We don't have any sports here. This is all for the student athletes. And our job as coaches and support staff is to provide everything we can to help them. But we've been along for the ride with this group. I mean, this group has just done everything that they're supposed to do. They play with such joy for the game, but they also play with a unique purpose. The coaches weren't the only ones that were affected when 4 players leave that would have been starters on your team, and are all really good players and really quality people for that matter. So when they leave, you've got to get busy, and we got busy, and we landed 5 transfers that have all been extremely helpful in not just helping us win on the floor, but the culture that we've created here in a short turnaround to be able to go and start the season and win matches from the very get-go. If you don't win early, you're in trouble. But we did win early. We had some big wins right out of the gate, and you beat SMU, you beat Kansas, you beat Tennessee, all top 25 teams, and we did that in the first 3 weeks of the season. So that happened because our team gelled together beautifully, and we continue to move forward.
What do you know about Wright State?
I just know they've been really good. They've been a good mid-major program. I looked at their schedule this year. Sometimes they go out and schedule really tough in the non-conference. They didn't do that this year. But the good thing now is we have access to every match that they've played. It used to be you trade the last tapes to get the last 2 matches, then you're out trying to beg people for video. Now we have a server that we'll get on and we can watch every match that they've played, so we'll pick out the ones that were really good competition and see a lot more about what they're made out of.
Just about those transfers, what does Cash mean? That's a player that was in the Big Ten that you've gone up against. So.
Well, she wasn't that good last year at Michigan State. She had a tough year, and people knew who she was, and they defended her very well. She was a priority for anybody that played against Michigan State. She had a sore shoulder that wasn't diagnosed until she got to Purdue, that she had a tear. And so in the springtime, first thing we did when we got her here was recognize that. She was honest with us and told us, and so we had that work done. She's given us by far more than I expected. And not just on the floor where she's hammering balls and hitting about 280 as a left side hitter, which is not easy to do in the Big Ten. But she's got a voice on our program, on our team that I think rings really loud and players pay attention to her. She's very positive, she's very assertive, and we needed that kind of voice on our team. So she's helped us in a lot of ways.